Good morning, Sister Kate here down at the orchard. Show you that. Letting the birds out. But I got here by a different vehicle this morning. It's been a long time coming. 10 years of riding ATVs and walking to admit that I'm older and I needed something else for moving around on the mountain. So Pastor and I went and bought a Kawasaki Teryx. This is a Teryx 800 recreational utility vehicle, two-seater, and it is most specifically for saving my back and my arms. Riding an ATV is super fun and I really enjoyed it, but every night I would have a backache and my hands and my shoulders would hurt from having to push the steering. If you drive an ATV, you know what I'm talking about. You are the one moving the wheels in the front of it. It doesn't have like a steering like a car does. And it was getting to the point where I couldn't even steer correctly if I had any passenger riding on the ATV, let alone more than one. There was no way I could do it. So this is an 800cc vehicle, and I just wanted to show you some of the things we took into account in deciding which vehicle to get. This has a dump bed. It is not mechanical or electrical. It's hydraulic, I'm sure, but the handle is just a basic lift handle. I'll spin you guys around here. I won't show you the handle itself, but I'll just show you that I've got stuff in there. Let me get that out. The bed dumps, and it has a 600-pound capacity. So there we go. And then if you have the tailgate down, of course, everything can be cleared out. It'll fall down. It may have some junk under it or something right now, or maybe the hitch is there, but you can dump it out. So we got that for the property, for carrying things, for possibly moving mulch or feed or something. Oh, and I can close it one-handed here. Yeah, there was a rock in the way there. The tailgate goes all the way down and locks in position. The bed is a heavy-duty plastic. It's not metal, so I can't take really huge, heavy things in the bed. And there are some storage boxes behind the seats that would have been the footwells if this were a four-seater, but it's not. So that's where your feet would have gone, but instead they've just lined it, and so it's, waterproof storage carrying spaces. And then this is a ropes, I don't know what that means, or ROPS roll bar. So it is meant to be a roll bar, not just a support for the vehicle. And the Teryx Basic doesn't have a roof, so we paid to have a roof. It's a hard plastic roof. I can show you that. But there's a pretty good roll cage inside under the roof, and then there's a bar behind the seats, which of course would have been something if there were 4 seats, it would somehow be involved, but we've only got 2 seats, so we use it for when we're reversing, to put our hand on looking back, and I'm sure it's a safety feature too. And then there are handholds by the seats, one on each side, and there's one in the front for the passenger right here, and also a handhold right there. Not that I plan to do any driving that requires the passenger to have to hold on like that. The top speed on the Teryx 800, we just found out, is 50 miles an hour. But normally right here on the mountain, we're not going to be doing more than about 10 or 12, or if we want to run the dogs, maybe 20. It's got some kind of Maxxis outdoor, knobby tire. It has Fox shocks on it. And the ones in the back look pretty impressive. Someone said he thought they were adjustable. There's your shocks and the undercarriage, and it did come with a not with the actual hitch, but we can put a hitch in there, so that's already on there too. And I think a brother told me it's not a front or a rear engine, it's a mid engine, and he said that's better for balance to have the mid engine. So this thing was not a spur of the moment purchase. This was something that we had been talking about and saving up for, and also considering for over a year, mainly for me, but also for when I have guests. The ladies had the option of climbing on the back of the ATV with me, and as I told you, as I got older, I couldn't even steer it with people back there. But now at least one passenger can sit and be in relative comfort versus the way you have to sit when you're on an ATV. So that was one main reason. And the second main reason is to carry things that are necessary when we're on the mountain. If we are taking care of animals, carrying all the animal feed or veterinary supplies, if we're putting up fencing, if we're trimming bushes, if we're planting things, the ATV carried a decent amount, but there was a lot of strapping on and strapping in involved, and it only had a 500-pound weight limit, whereas the Teryx has 600-pound in the back and 1,300-pound pulling. So the Teryx will take more things. And our intention, this is me grabbing mosquitoes, our intention is to just use it here for the property, take good care of it, good maintenance, hopefully it lasts 20 years, which is, at 80, I don't know, it would be comfortable for me to be driving around here when I'm 80. And so, yes, that's it. This is my new go back and forth vehicle. There was a patron, I believe, of pastors who donated a golf cart. He himself admitted the golf cart was in kind of shaking condition and it already has flat tires now. We do intend to upgrade that golf cart, get it new tires, kind of the wiring in there works, but the batteries are old. Get it new batteries, make sure the wires are in good shape, and possibly run it off solar. But in the meantime, because that's just another on a whole list of projects, this will take up the slack and help it be easier for me to get around on the mountain. All right, I've got my chores to do today. As you guys know, we're going to be moving goat fencing around. As you know, we have chores every single day. There are always things to do. But I will leave you with this because I'm kind of excited about the fact that Pastor moved our, I think he said anniversary gift to me, the picnic tables down to here in the orchard. This one's going to get moved again, but I already had stain down here for the duck house building, which I stain parts of it like up there. And so I've already stained them, and they're already looking so much better than they were when they got here. They were dried and cracked and everything else. So that's pretty exciting. And so is that. All right, y'all. Bless you. Shalom.